Hi, welcome back to Story Time with Ganny. That would be me. I have three grandchildren. I have Hash Brown, and he's in the fifth grade. I have Mediddlin, who's in the first grade, and then I have Jumpin' Jack, who is 1 year old. Oh, and he is jumping. Um, anyway, I like to read if I can get them still for story time. Mediddlin's probably the best one for right now. But anyway, this is Muddy Paws by Mariah Butterfield. That means she's the author. She wrote this story. And Simon Mendez is the illustrator of this book. Means he did all the pictures. I got this book, moms, grandmoms, anybody that's likes to pick up books for kids. Got this one at Goodwill. It says $1.51. May have even gotten it half price. We never know. I just go in occasionally and I'll grab books. I also go to the Salvation Army and thriftbooks.com. They can get any book you want. Like if you want a specific one, get in touch with them and they can get it for you. Okay? Anyway, this book, it's a little story about a dog. The publisher of this book is Paragon, and that means they published this book so it would be available for little kids like you. And here we go. A little boy and his dog. It was a special day for Ben. He had a new puppy. "I'll teach you all the things I know," said Ben. "But first, I need to choose a name for you, and I need to think hard about it. It has to be just perfect." And this is the little puppy thinking, "I don't really mind what name you choose, just as long as you give me lots of cuddles," said the new puppy. Puppies, they just want to be played with and loved and fed and watered and walked, all kinds of good things. You got to teach them everything, I swear. Let's see. Ben looked around his bedroom to see if he could find an idea for the perfect name. In his room, he's got a globe, a dinosaur, a book, a ball, a soccer ball. He's got a boat. I mean, are those names for a dog? Nah. "I look in my storybook," he said, "but the names in this book were not right for his new puppy." "Well," this is the puppy saying, "I think I'll leave you to hunt for names," thought the new puppy. "I'd rather go look behind that flower pot." And the little puppy crept over and he sniffed. And then he climbed. He didn't mean to knock the flower pot over, but oops, that's just what he did. He made muddy paw prints everywhere because in that flower pot was dirt. And then the butterfly flew off and he started running, so his paw prints were going everywhere. "Let's go to the park. I might be able to think of a good name there," said Ben. Well, that little puppy wasn't thinking that. "I'd rather look behind that tree," thought the little puppy. So he ran and he ran. That puppy just pulled the leash running. He didn't mean to jump into the mud, but squelch! That's just what he did. He made muddy paw prints everywhere. Now he's jumping up on Ben with his muddy feet, so his clothes are dirty for sure. Ben's neighbors were having a party in their garden. "One of the guests might be able to think of a good name for you," said Ben. "Let's go and ask them." Well, you know that little puppy. "I'd rather look in the pond," thought the new puppy. So he leaned over and he leaned over just a little bit more. He didn't mean to fall into the pond, but splosh! That's just what he did. I bet it felt good too. He made muddy paw prints everywhere. Look at them on the floor, on the carpet. I mean, oh, come on. It looks like a blanket outdoors. I'm not sure. "We'd better go home and clean you up," said Ben. "Well," the dog, puppy, I'd rather go digging in the garden, thought the new puppy. So he dug and he dug and he dug. Look at the holes this little puppy's making. Some puppies love to dig. This time he found lots of things. He found a lost ring and an old spanner. That's really a wrench. He even found a toy car that Ben had lost. Well, he didn't mean to bring all that mud indoors, but pitter patter, and look at all these paw prints. That's just what he did. He made muddy paw prints everywhere. I'm sure Mother wasn't happy at that moment. And he didn't mean to find a name for himself at all. But at last, guess what? That's just what he did. You are the muckiest, muddiest, funny puppy there ever was. There's only one name for you left, Ben. Muddy Paws. And that is how Muddy Paws got his name. That is the end of the story. It says, when Ben gets a new puppy, he wants to give him a name that's just perfect. Find out how the cutest puppy you'll ever saw gets to be called Muddy Paws. Join in the fun with the bounciest puppy ever. Moms, grandmoms, kids, brothers, sisters, read. Read. It can be fun. Read to your brothers and sisters. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. And until next time, story time with Ganny. Good night, everybody. And here's a good night hug. And for my grandbabies, Hash Brown, Madiddlin, and Jumpin' Jack. Love you guys. Bye.